New guidelines will dramatically change your life if you're vaccinated. More details later on.
Two big shows are getting the boot. Find out which ones in entertainment.
Plus, the NFL has released its 2021 schedule. More in sports.
And you may have noticed it's been a little wet in the mornings. See how long that's going to last in weather. Newscene starts now.
Good evening. I'm Ayo Elise, and welcome to this week's edition of Newscene. To start off tonight's show, pandemic restrictions are loosening and masks are starting to come off. The Center for Disease Control has announced this week that those who are fully vaccinated no longer have to wear masks indoors or outdoors. The CDC still recommends that those who aren't vaccinated continue to wear masks. As of now, California Governor Gavin Newsom plans to end the statewide mask mandate June 15th. And the CDC also approved vaccinations for teenagers. The two-shot Pfizer vaccine has now been officially recommended for children 12 to 15 years old. This will mean an additional 17 million Americans can now get vaccinated. Consent from parents or guardians is required, and an adult must be present when children are vaccinated. Trial runs are now being done for children younger than 12. And with summer just around the corner, outdoor dining at your favorite restaurant could be changing soon. The statewide health emergency guidelines are expected to be lifted on June 15th. Restaurant owners expected COVID-19 restrictions to be long-term and invested heavily in structures to fit the guidelines. Business owners are asking San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria to extend their permits, which expire in July. Gloria says he is trying to find a solution that would allow restaurants to continue outdoor dining. And with more San Diegans getting vaccinated, the number of COVID-19 cases keeps going down. As of Thursday, the CDC reported that over 14.8 million Californians, or nearly 47% of the population, have been vaccinated fully for COVID-19. 220 new cases were reported this week with a test positivity rate of 1.7%. And fortunately, no deaths related to COVID-19 were reported, leaving the total below 4,000. San Diego County remains in the orange tier. And if you're a college student, you may be required to get a COVID-19 vaccine this fall. Katia has the details.
Plenty of college students across the country are eager to trade in learning on Zoom for an actual classroom next fall. But along with a backpack and books, more and more universities are requiring a COVID-19 vaccine. The University of California and California State University systems have announced they both will require students, faculty, and staff to get vaccinated. That's assuming the vaccine is fully approved by the FDA by the start of fall classes. This is a major decision. The CSU is the biggest system in the nation. The UCs serve more than 280,000 students, about the same number as people in cities like Chula Vista or Orlando. So what about San Diego City College? College officials say, historically, the rules have been different.
California community colleges do not really mandate any vaccinations for students.
In a statement, the state chancellor's office says the decision must come from each individual district. The San Diego Community College District has not yet made an official decision. But officials are encouraging those who are eligible to get vaccinated.
I just know that it would be a studied decision and not one they took lightly. And I'm sure they're weighing the pros and cons. But in the end, probably trying to evaluate, is this in our students' best interest and in the community's best interest?
Reporting for CTTV, I'm Katia Pechenkina.
And over in the Middle East, tensions between Israel and Palestine have reached an all-time high. Israel is bombing Gaza, and so far 67 are dead and nearly 400 more are injured. Gaza militants have fired 1,000 of their own rockets into Israel since Monday. The UN Special Coordinator for the Middle East peace process wrote in a tweet that Palestine and Israel are escalating towards a full-scale war. And a cyber attack has left local healthcare providers and patients in the dark. The ransomware attack on the Scripps Health system has forced cancellations of multiple surgeries and appointments. It also led to a shutdown of communication through their website, emails, and phone applications. Scripps has not yet announced when their system will be back online. And the ransomware attacks don't stop there. Another attack caused a shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline. Now multiple gas stations on the East Coast are without fuel. The lack of fuel has caused panic buying, which has contributed to a surge in gas prices. A petroleum analysis showed that the irrational behavior could extend the supply issue for weeks. And U.S. Representative Liz Cheney has lost her position as GOP conference chair. House representatives outed Cheney by a voice vote behind closed doors this week. Cheney publicly rejected former President Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged.
Got to get back to a position where we are a party that can fight for conservative principles, that can fight for substance. We cannot be dragged backward.
Cheney was the only House Republican to vote for Trump's impeachment following his alleged role in the attack on the Capitol in January. Cheney says she has no intentions of leaving the Republican Party. And it looks like the California recall could end up costing taxpayers millions. According to the California Association of Clerks and Election Officials, the recall could cost up to nearly $400 million. Although the state is required to pick some of the necessary costs, it's not clear on what will be covered. The cost will not be officially determined until all signatures on the petition are verified. And this is the final weekend to catch the Festival of New Plays. The festival includes 6 new plays written and performed by students here at City College. Many of the pieces explore the impact of the pandemic, race, social justice, and how these issues affect not just students, but the world. Viewing the plays is free. However, donations are welcome. Click on the link below in the description to learn more. And I heard a major talk show is ending. Is that true, Noelle?
Yeah, Ayo, it looks like 2 major shows are getting the boot from primetime TV. After 19 seasons, The Ellen Show is said to be wrapping up next year.
And today I have an announcement to make. Today, I am announcing that next season, season 19, is going to be my last season.
DeGeneres says she no longer feels challenged by the show, but many speculate the demise of the popular talk show is due to dozens of bullying accusations. In 2020, former staffers came forward accusing the producer of sexual misconduct and workplace harassment. In other cancellation news, NBC has announced they will not be airing the Golden Globe Awards next year. The network says it will not be playing the award show due to the controversy surrounding the Hollywood foreign press. Some of the issues NBC cited were the association's lack of diversity and ethical financial benefits. NBC did say that they will reconsider airing the show in 2023 if the foreign press changes their ways. Back to you, Ayo.
Now moving on, retaliatory tariffs against U.S. whiskey will double in the European Union this June unless the Biden administration steps in. The tariffs were put in place after the Trump administration placed tariffs against imported steel to protect the U.S. steel industry. Biden's top trade official has shown no signs of removing the steel tariffs. U.S. whiskey distillers have seen a 37% drop in exports to the EU in the 3 years the tariffs have been in place. And it looks like the NFL brought in a surprise to this season's schedule. Vicky, can you tell us more?
Thank you, Ayo. And the NFL has released its regular schedule for the 2021 season. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers will be kicking off the season with the Dallas Cowboys in Tampa, Florida. This season, the NFL will expand to 17 regular games. This is the first time in 44 years since the NFL has changed their schedule. Super Bowl 56 will be on February 13, 2022 at the Los Angeles SoFi Stadium. And moving on to the Major League Baseball, the Padres are shorthanded 5 players for tonight's game against the St. Louis Cardinals. After Padres shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr. and right fielder Will Myers tested positive for COVID-19, 3 other players were also sidelined due to the MLB's contact tracing protocols. The Padres have yet to reach the 85% threshold of vaccinations that would allow for looser restrictions around their team. For sports, I'm Vicky Pineda. Back to you, Ayo.
And Devon, it looks pretty overcast outside. Where did the sunshine go?
Thank you, Ayo. And yes, May Gray is here to stay, but just for a few days. We have a little mild, steady breeze. I'm outside right now. It feels pretty nice. We have a light drizzle ahead in the next few days. If we take a look at our current temps, it's right around the 60s here on the coast, all the way out to the desert. We stay that way until we hit the about 80 degrees out there. And that's where things start to get really dusty with that light breeze and that dryness. So make sure to cover your face with something so you don't get dust all up in there. And if we take a look at our 5-day forecast, we're going to be looking at wet mornings all the way up till Monday. We have a little guy coming into town. I like to call him Patchy Drizzle. And he likes to leave by noon, so don't worry, he's not going to ruin your party. But he will be around. And then Captain Sunshine's going to get his stuff together and come and visit us on Wednesday. That way we can start finally enjoying the nice San Diego sunny weather for this summer. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys.
And finally tonight, one look online and it's easy to see that glammed up grad caps are Instagrammable. I found out some great ways to dress up your look for less. With graduation right around the corner, college students everywhere are looking for the perfect accessory to go with their gown. Well, look no further than styling that grad cap, and you can do it yourself. City College Student Affairs intern Elda Padilla says decorating a graduation cap is more than personalizing a tradition.
What makes grad cap decorating so fun is the relaxing nature to it, because you're just like in the zone once you get a hang of it, and you have your vision of what you want to put on your cap, whether it's dedicating it to your parents. I see that a lot, thank you mom and dad, or, just congratulating yourself, patting yourself on the back.
And you can make your cap look like $1 million without spending a fortune.
You can basically use paper, markers, pencil, anything that you have in the house. So this here is just a red piece of paper, and then this was gold paper, wrapping paper that we had left over in the office.
Ready to give your grad cap some flair? Head to the dollar store to pick up supplies like glue, markers, glittery stickers and pens, flowers, and rhinestones. Another insider tip, decorate a cap topper to attach to your cap. It's much easier to decorate. And of course, City College provides free caps and gowns to graduates. Students will be able to show off those caps at a drive-through celebration May 21st or walking down the virtual aisle May 28th. Well, congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm Ayo Elise for CTTV. And that's all we have for tonight. You can tune into Newscene for a new show every Friday and find it all on sdcitytimes.com. And remember to follow SD City Newscene on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you and good night.